The most fun every morning. Time for more of Johnny Burke and the Morning Crew on 96.1 WHNN.
Brought to you by Tri-County Equipment and their 9 locations. Working harder, doing more over there at Tri-County Equipment. Go to tricountyequipment.net to find out more about what they can do for you over there. It's 7:14. As we mentioned several times the last week or so, today is National High School Radio Day. And there are not a lot of these. My mother actually started in high school radio. My mother used to work in Cleveland, Ohio at a high school radio station as a valedictorian of her class, kind of maybe where I got my roots from. And I love high school radio. Over the years, I've had the chance to work with different high schools that have radio stations, and one of them that comes to mind is Davison High School. But we put the word out about a week ago to come on in. If we have some high school radio DJs in the area that wanted to be on the air, we would give them that opportunity here today. With us right now are several people. First of all, Jeremy Whiting, who is the broadcast instructor and journalism advisor in the Ovid-Elsie school system. Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning.
Do you call Jerry or Jeremy?
Jeremy.
Okay, Jeremy. I shorten everything. Jeremy is with Ovid-Elsie. You're the instructor and journalism advisor, and you guys were telling me this is the most powerful high school radio station in the state?
Absolutely. We're at 550 watts, which, for the non-technical person, who knows how much that is, but for high school radio, that's huge. We can broadcast to our 2 local communities. We're literally situated in the middle of a cornfield, so we're just going straight out, but it's a great time. We have a lot of students working on the station, and it's a great program.
And it's called WOES is the radio station, WOES. 91.3 FM. Can you get it out here, by the way? Here at the station, I didn't try.
No, not quite this far.
It's about 553 watts, you said, right?
Yeah, but we do stream online on our website, Ovid-Elsie.org, so you can hear us all over the world.
Ovid-Elsie.org or WOES 91.3 if you're in the Ovid-Elsie area. And Jeremy, how long have you been in charge of this broadcast department over there?
Well, it's me and a team. So we have Kevin Summers. He's our program director. He's been there for years and years. This is my 4th year with the school system, so I'm the general manager there, and he runs the day-to-day operations. But the station has gone on for a long, long time. We've been broadcasting 24/7, 365 days a year for a number of years.
Are any of our area broadcasters from around here from your place that you know of?
Not that I know of. A lot of our students go into a lot of different things. And as you know, radio's great because they learn the communication skills, they learn those confidence skills, working as a team. So our students end up all over the place in a lot of different fields.
Yeah, Blondie and I are a team. So we've got a team of yours here today, so we're going to introduce you to them right now. Grace Sampson is with us, along with Duncan Ackles. I'm assuming you guys are both seniors. Am I correct about that?
Yes.
All right. And how long, Grace, have you been doing this?
I've been doing this for about 3 years. Just my sophomore year, I don't think I did it, but almost every semester as well.
Duncan, it says here that the station's format is a mix of student-produced news, talk shows, sports, and polka music.
Yes, indeed. We're actually known as the Polka Palace. So if you love polka, WOES is the place.
Blondie, do we have any Earth Day polkas?
No.
You got to look. There might be something like that out there. An Earth Day polka, so that these guys can intro it here. They're going to take over the show at about following Hal's 7:30 news here. You guys are going to be the new Johnny and Blondie, if you will. Grace and Duncan are going to be doing our morning show for about a half an hour here on the program. And I'm assuming that you've got friends and family and students and that listening back there. Are they going to simulcast this on your station by any chance? Are there any plans of doing that, Duncan?
I don't know yet. My dad's planning on listening, so that should be fun.
Well, you have an audience of 1. Good. That's good. And how about you, Grace? Are you going to have several people listening this morning? Do you know if anybody back there is already up wanting to hear what you're going to have to say this morning? What's going on? Have you lined up an audience for us?
My mom definitely is, and one of our teachers actually wanted to come with us. She was super excited. Miss Keck, she loves this show so much, and she really wanted to just come with us, but of course, she had to stay back and teach.
Oh, man. Jeremy's the only one that skated on that one this morning. Wikipedia says WOES began broadcasting radio on the Ovid-Elsie April 4th, 1978 with 10 watts and increased it to 553 back in 1981. And your internet radio broadcasting began on May 1st, 2002. You can find that at Ovid-Elsie. What is it again? Ovid-Elsie.org. Ovid-Elsie.org if you people want to listen to their station on the internet at any time. We're going to have you guys, when you take over the show, we're going to have you interviewing Blondie and I. We'll be your guests, and you guys will be the hosts, all right? So have you given that any thought? Is there anything special you have planned here?
I'm thinking of a few questions.
They've got Blondie. We're going to be on the line for some tough questions here this morning. You got any? Are they going to be embarrassing questions? I hope.
I mean, if that's what you want, sure.
Sure, why not? Why not? Keep them fun. It's 7:19 here on the morning show right now. You're also going to be doing our Butthead Bulletin, which we haven't even given you the stories about. We'll give you those and let you practice those before you come on the air. When you do your shows, do you have a set time that you do your shows on the high school station, or do you guys just come in when you have the time?
We have a set time. Mm-hmm. Each of us usually pick an hour that we want to do it, and then he kind of sets us up that way, and then we have an allotted time for each section that he gives us. I'm
assuming there's some automation that's involved with this station when you guys aren't available, like in the middle of the night, correct?
Yes. Right. There's actually a group of team that actually does pre-recordings. So
you have voice tracking and everything. This is run, yeah. If it's run like corporate radio, you've got like 2 people working there where there should be 20. Is that right? 2 people to do everything. We don't have anybody replace you today, by the way, Hal. So you're stuck.
Nuts.
You're stuck. You're not going to get any time off out of this deal. Hal Moss, our news guy down the hall, was hoping he'd take a half hour off because he loves to drink. And he wanted to go out and have a little breakfast drink here this morning. Truth of the matter is, he hasn't. When was the last time you had alcohol, Al?
Gosh, I can't even remember. I might have 3 beers a year.
You're just not.
Or maybe a glass of wine, and I've learned in the past you don't chug wine, you sip it.
Yeah, well, that's true. You're supposed to.
I didn't know that once.
Yeah, that didn't turn out well, did it?
It didn't.
All right, 7:20 on the morning show right now. Coming up, we'll have the weather here in just a moment. I want to remind everybody, I want to say hi in advance here. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be out at the Jewel of Grand Blanc for the Dancing with the Local Stars Grand Blanc Chamber of Commerce annual event that's sold out every year. If you want to go, I'm told this is sold out again. But if you know somebody in the Grand Blanc Chamber of Commerce, quite possibly you can get, weasel your way into the thing. It's all a benefit for the Teddy Bear Patrol. They set up first responders with teddy bears when first responders have to, they come upon a scene with a child in a traumatic situation. They like to give the teddy bear seems to be the icebreaker that helps them. So we supply them with those teddy bears through this annual event at the Jewel of Grand Blanc. We'll see you there tomorrow night. 7:20 on the morning show right now, and ABC 12 John McMurray's forecast with Blondie.
Cloudy with snow showers this morning, changing over to rain this afternoon, high in the mid-40s. Tonight, partly clearing overnight, low around 30. And tomorrow, cloudy, but I don't see any rain in the forecast, high in the mid-40s. And for Friday, looking better, mainly sunny, high in the lower 50s. Currently, it's 37 in the Tri-Cities, 37 in Flint.
And John McMurray's forecast is being brought to you in part by Menards this half hour. Revitalize your lawn and garden with great deals at Menards. Save big on grass, seed, plants, and more at the lowest prices.
Calling all cars.
Michigan's greatest hits, WHNN.
Heading all the way out to the left coast, Saginaw's own Jimmy Hollywood. James St. James out there. What's going on in Hollyweird?
Well, I'll tell you what's going on. I'm a day early, but I want to wish you a very happy birthday tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, how's that?
Well, I'm not as happy about it as I was when I turned 18, but
well, listen, neither one of us are 18 anymore.
No kidding, bro.
The only young folk we have is, we have Blondie.
She is. Not according to her doctor, she's elderly.
Not elderly.
Her doctor wrote down elderly on the patient chart.
You guys sound a little cranky today.
I haven't said anything at all. Where do you get cranky from?
Well, see, hear you?
So grumpy lately.
Oh, man.
What's going on?
Well, I'll tell you what's going on. The Log Cabin Bar and Grill. Get out there in Freeland. Okay, get out there. You say you want that Jimmy Hollywood burger, or get out there early and have the Jimmy Hollywood breakfast. Come on. Don't fool around.
Yummy.
Okay, yummy. All right, let's confirm a rumor of 2 weeks ago. Blondie, remember I told you that Full House is coming back?
Yeah, we just talked about that.
Yeah, it's coming back. Mm-hmm. It's coming back. Not so full, not so free. It's going to be on Netflix.
Right.
They're going to have to pay for it. And it's not so full because not all of the cast is coming back.
Yeah, which ones are not coming? Are the Olsen twins coming back?
Well, in the first episode, we're going to see like a reunion show. And you will see John Stamos, Dave Coulier, and also Lori Loughlin, and hopefully Bob Saget. He hasn't committed yet.
Okay.
The Olsen twins, I think they're physically and financially too big for their britches.
Oh, well, my.
Yeah. Of course, they're grown women now. And second of all, they've got so much money. I mean, their parents invested well.
Other than them, the other ones don't have a whole lot going on.
They were tiny at the time, so they can just replace them with somebody else.
We see after that first episode, it's going to spin off, as I told you, into a new Full House featuring the characters of DJ, Stephanie, and Kimmy. Mm-hmm. And they're all going to have their own kids. thus a total different Full House.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bet it lasts only 13 weeks.
You think so?
I don't know. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
Well, if they get Bob Saget, John Stamos, if they get them involved, fine. But otherwise.
Not
all right,
so
let's
much.
place our bets today. Okay, Johnny, I know you're a betting man. On December 18th, when Star Wars The Force Awakens opens up that night, okay, will it surpass for the weekend Furious 7 as this year's biggest opening?
I think it will.
I'll bet you it does.
Yeah.
Okay, good. We all agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say right down today, April 22nd. That's the day I'm going to predict Star Wars, the new episode, will have a worldwide opening of over $500 million.
I mean, the trailers are already out, so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and the trailers are like a big event.
Yes, and that's
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
good.
big event.
Mhm.
Well, the record holder right now is the final Harry Potter movie, brought in $483 million.
God almighty.
And that leads to my biggest cojones award, and that goes to Tina Fey and Amy Poehler.
4.
I'll tell you why. Yeah, they have a movie the same night, a new movie called Sisters, and it opens opposite Star Wars.
Oh, yikes.
Good luck with that.
Well, you know what I think they're betting? That not everyone loves Star Wars, and not everyone loves long lines.
I've never seen Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Star Wars either, to
Yeah,
be
it does
honest
not
with
appeal to me, no.
you. Yeah. Johnny, you like Star Wars?
Huge.
Yeah, okay, well, you'll be there, right?
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't miss
Cool.
it.
All right, one more thing. Friday night, Diane Sawyer has a exclusive interview with Bruce Jenner.
I heard, yeah.
I hope she asks him, yes or no, okay, has he had breast implants?
I think
You
he's
see,
taking hormones, isn't he?
well, that's what I'm hearing. I want to know for sure because I have a source in nearby Santa Monica who the other night tells me that Bruce was out there on his Harley, and he was racing around the hills of Santa Monica wearing a black helmet and a matching black sports bra.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and mascara and lip gloss and earrings.
Hey, question for you. Do you think the ratings for this are going to be pretty good on Friday night?
Oh, they're going to be, I think they're going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
It's like a car accident.
Right.
I just hope the questions that she throws him are not softballs.
Yeah, I would have liked somebody else to interview him.
The first question I'd ask him is he transitioning into a woman or into Johnny Depp? Because he's when I see him, he just doesn't look like a real woman to me. He looks more like a Johnny Depp, like the Captain character, Captain Jack.
Yeah, this is a big interview for Diane Sawyer because it will prove whether she wants to be the new Barbara Walters. You know that.
Oh, I mean, she had the Michael Jackson interview. It was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, she just, it's those softballs, as they say, those questions that, come on, that's not what, let the three of us question him, huh?
All right, good idea.
All right. I got to run.
All right.
Blondie, I'm sorry I said you were cranky.
I'm just sitting here.
It's a natural state for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's rainy here. It's gloomy, doomy
We
day.
actually have a little bit of snow.
Oh, it's a gloomy. Well, wait a minute. Come on, the Red Wings won last night.
Yes, they
Did you just hear what Johnny said?
What do you say?
We have snow.
We have a little bit of snow
Wait a
right now.
minute.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you wonder why we're in bad moods?
Oh, okay. Now you made me grouchy.
It's kind of a frozen mix that's fallen right now.
Then you have every right to be. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
All right. I'll think of that when I'm at the pool today.
I hate you so much.
I know you do, but we love you. You know that.
All
right, talk to you later.
Gotta run for Johnny Burke and the Morning Crew. I am so proud to say I am Saginaw's own, the real Jimmy Hollywood, right here on 96.1 WHNN, featuring Michigan's greatest hits.
Thank you, Jimmy. 7:30 here on the morning show. Speaking of Earth Day, it's Wetland Wake Up Day this Saturday in honor of Earth Day. They're celebrating it out at the state park, the Bay City State Recreation Area.
No, we know.
Their annual Wetland Wake Up Day is from 9 till 3 this Saturday out there at Bay City State
That
Recreation.
sounds like a lot of fun. I'd like to go to that.
It is. It should be a blast. We're going to try and make it out there. All you need is your recreation passport that you should have gotten with your license renewal. If you didn't, you can buy it
Wish
right
my
there.
grandkids were a little bit bigger. Could take them out there.
Oh, they'd enjoy it. Even
I don't think
their
so
age.
yet.
Admission is free other than the $11 recreation passport required on all vehicles entering the park. You can buy that at the gate, though, when you get in to the park this Saturday. Again, 9 till 3. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on there. You want to look them up on the Michigan.gov website. Bay City State Recreation Area, Wetland Wake Up Day this Saturday. 7:31 is our time. We've been celebrating Earth Day today with suggestions from people on great Earth songs, and we've been coming up with more than we thought we would come up with when we started the show off. And we'll feature some more of those coming up. But we're also talking today with our special guests in studio as we are celebrating National High School Radio Station Day. The Ovid-Elsie folks are out here in force. Their monitor, if you will, their broadcast instructor and journalism advisor is Jeremy Whiting. He's with us here this morning along with a couple of students who are taking over the show, Hal, on the other side of the news.
Yeah, and because they are in the studio, so we're kind of skewing younger for a little while. If you're looking for one of those Earth Day songs, perhaps you'd like to find something by the most recent Rock and Roll Hall of Famers, Green Day.
Ah, there you go. Green Day. We could pull that off. You know, the funny thing is, though, over at WOES, where Duncan Ackles and Grace Sampson normally spin the tunes, they're spinning polkas, Hal.
Well,
do you have an Earth Day polka for us? It's 91.3 FM, by the way, Michigan's highest powered high school radio station. These guys. What do you guys say when you go on the air at give me a break, Grace, if you will, on your radio station.
All right, so usually when I come on, it's in the afternoon. And so I'm like, good afternoon, listeners. This is WAS, the Polka Palace, 91.3 FM. Welcome, and thank you for staying tuned. And then I continue into whatever.
Polka Palace.
It's the Polka Palace.
Wow. So that's the slug line then for the radio station, Polka Palace. I'm assuming that have you done any interviews with any famous polka artists throughout the years at all? Have you interviewed Weird Al Yankovic? No, he's not really a polka artist, but he's Frankie Yankovic's distant cousin or something.
I have not personally, but I'm sure that we have in the past a couple of different times. Mostly, I have done some interviews, and it's been with local, either businesses or just local famous people, if you will, in our area.
Duncan, if you had a chance to interview anybody, who would you like to interview? What turns you on?
If I had to interview somebody, I would probably honestly interview maybe Mark Hamill or something like that.
You're an NCIS. My wife would love you for that, by the way. She's in love with Mark. I'm not even allowed to talk when Mark Hamill's on screen during NCIS. That's who you'd like to. He's kind of got a Michigan connection, right?
Oh, no, I did not know that.
Yeah. Does he? Am I thinking that?
He also plays Luke Skywalker. That's the main reason.
Oh, no, you know what?
I'm thinking of Mark Harmon.
I am thinking of Mark Harmon. I am totally messed up here. I totally led you down the wrong road here. Mark Hamill has nothing to do with...
young radio stars of the future. This is what happens when you become an older radio star of the past.
No kidding. You start mixing everything up. Mark Harmon is the NCIS guy. Mark Hamill is Luke Skywalker. I'm apologizing. And you are a Star Wars fan then, huh?
Indeed.
You and I both, buddy. All right. Mm-hmm. Star Wars forever, man. And I'm pretty sure Kevin Sinek, our social media geek over there, is probably into it. Aren't you,
now,
Kevin?
is that the one with Captain Kirk in it?
No, you do that to me every time, Hal. Now, by now you should know. Star Wars does not have Captain Kirk. That's Star Trek.
I saw in last night's, Big Bang Theory, there's absolutely no difference between the two.
There is, too. There's a huge difference. But that's okay. To the uninitiated, I understand it. It's okay. I'll patronize you. You're right, Hal. There's not much difference. They're both about outer space. So was Apollo 13. You're going to launch that? Going to lump that in with them?
Well, it doesn't have star in the name, does it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have that. There are a few others, though, that have star in it.
Night at the Apollo and Apollo 13, that might be the same show.
Oh, good Lord. 7:35 here on the morning show. You're not supposed to have credibility as a newsman, right? It's time for 96-second headlines. Here's Hal Moss. And next up, we're going to be taking over. Here's Hal.
This is 96.1 WHNN. My name is Duncan Ackles.
And my name is Grace Sampson.
And we are the guests that Johnny and Bonnie have been talking about. We are from Ovid-Elsie's radio station, WOES, also known as the Polka Palace. And,
Dead air!
Okay.
Go ahead.
I guess we're going to do an interview with Johnny and Blondie. So, do you have any questions for them?
I suppose. I'm sure I could think of a long list, but some that might not be appropriate for the radio station. Anyway, we're going to start with maybe how did you start in radio?
Blondie, how'd you get started?
I just went to school and got a job. That's how I got started in radio.
Way to flesh it out, Blondie. She's going to be the difficult guest. I'll be the one that doesn't shut up. How's that sound? So you have to figure out
just like every day.
You got to figure out how to shut me down. Okay, so basically, I was in high school drama, and I loved drama. I wanted to be in theater, so I went and I competed in a lot of theater one-act play competitions, and I would win those competitions, and then I'd be interviewed on a local radio station. And I started looking around the room, and I thought, this looks easy. I hadn't made the decision yet, but then when I went to college as a psychology major, my roommate was working on the campus radio station and had worked in high school radio like you guys, and said, "Why don't you come over to the college radio station where I'm working and see what they think of you?" So we went over there, and I started doing radio on the what they call carrier channel radio station, which wasn't broadcast out on the public at all, just broadcast in the dorms and the buildings on the university campus at Kent State University. And then I ended up in radio. I got into the radio department there in college and started working in commercial radio, and there were a couple of classes where the professor would ask me to help teach the class, and by the time I had graduated, I was teaching copywriting at Kent State University, and then I moved on to commercial radio. And you're supposed to shut me up because I'm getting verbose now. So
okay. Yes, you have a very good radio voice, so I think you're pretty good for the job.
Whiskey, cigarettes, and tough life.
That's what we do at WS all the time.
Yeah.
So how long have you, Johnny and Blindy, been working together? It seems like you have very good radio chemistry.
About 15 years.
Has it been that long now? My God.
Both stints, yeah.
Yeah, because Blondie came here a couple of different times. Blondie first came to work over at our sister station with Lynn Roberts, who was on the air at that time at WIOG. She's now on Z93, another one of our stations here in the building. And you did what for Lynn?
Oh, I started out as her intern.
You were at school at Delta, right?
Delta, went to school at Delta and interned with Lynn. We weren't even in this building. We were over where SGW is.
Yeah, when you started, and then we moved you into this building. We all got to know each other. And in fact, wasn't Jimmy O chasing you, wanted to go out with you?
Yes.
Jimmy O, one of our DJs, was trying to get a date with her. I remember that. And at some point...
Interviewers, jump on that.
Exactly. At some point we asked...
Her husband didn't seem to bother him, but...
No. Why would it? He's a disc jockey, and they don't think about things like that. We then had Lynn come over here to work with me as my co-host, and Blondie came along with her, right? Was that the right
I came over
timing?
as a producer, yeah.
And
then Jody was here at the time.
Yeah, Jody was... Oh, you were producing with us with Jody, that's right.
Jody.
And then Lynn came over.
And that was the arrangement on 9/11 that day.
That's right.
We were here on 9/11.
Yeah, 9/11, we were in the studio here doing that, all of us. Blondie and Jody and I had to...
Lynn was here during 9/11.
Was Lynn?
Mm-hmm.
Lynn was there.
I'm sorry, you're right.
Yep.
And as time went on, then Blondie started doing more and more on the air, and we wanted her to come on the air as a co-host, but she split. She went to work at another radio station for a while.
Yeah.
Did the country thing.
I did.
And then when finally at some point we invited her back, and she came running over here, and she's been here ever since. And how long has that been?
About 12 years.
12 years you've been co-hosting the show now?
Mm-hmm.
12 years. Man. And they've never had a fight.
Nope. That lasted all day long.
Well, I mean, yeah, not one that broke out into blows anyway. Yeah.
Well, there was that one time.
I tripped you. That's all I did. I tripped you.
I did throw something at you once. Yeah.
Well, in any kind of relationship, you got to throw something at least once. At least once.
Yeah.
All right. So now, what's next, guys?
We have the news for, and I'm trying to think of all the names that you told me. I think
just look at everybody in this room and think of an adjective that starts with an N or the N sound, and you'll come up with the answer to that.
I don't think that's a safe option, but we're going to say maybe, I think buttheads was one of them.
Yeah, the nitwits.
And then nitwits, there you go.
The knotheads.
Knotheads.
And the knuckleheads.
I'm sure many more could be a descriptive term.
Interestingly, two of those words don't even start with an N.
I said the N sound.
This here story is about a moron.
You're a moron.
They're morons.
This here story is about a moron.
A pretentious moron.
Morons?
This here story is about a moron.
Oh, now I get it. She's a moron.
Are gold teeth and grills still a thing? Does anyone have Madonna's number so we can call and ask? 5 teenagers recently broke into a bunch of houses in Green Acres, Florida to steal gold so they could make themselves some sweet gold teeth. All of them are 16 or 17 years old. The cops busted them back in February when they broke into a house but didn't realize there was someone inside, and he called the cops. Since then, the cops have been linking them to other burglaries, and it's possible they broke into 20 different homes on their quest for gold. Police say there are several burglaries that match up with the same days when these idiots skipped school. They're all facing burglary and grand theft charges. So that's a pretty interesting story, and I don't know why anyone would want gold teeth anymore. I don't think they're really hip.
You know what? It's not my show. Go.
All right, and our next story coming up is just as interesting. A sweet old lady just got caught jamming more than her delicious love handles in her spandex, which delicious I don't think is quite the word to describe it. Anyway, 70-year-old Olive Fowler of Guyana flew to JFK Airport in New York City last weekend. She was sweating during her customs screening and wouldn't make eye contact with the officers, which if the delicious love handles was a problem, then I wouldn't either. So they gave her a pat down, of course, and they found some odd lumps, which again, the delicious love handles. And under her clothing, it turns out that she was wearing 2 pairs of compression underwear like spandex, and they were full of cocaine. She had a total of 4 pounds, which was worth, not $23,000, but $73,000. And so she was arrested on felony narcotic charges.
Spandex. I don't want to admit it, Blondie, but I'm wearing some today.
Got Spanx on?
Yeah.
The lady that made spandex, she is a part of the Billionaire Club. Just to put that out there.
Oh, did she? Is she?
She is.
You mean the Spanx?
Or Spanx,
yeah,
not
the
Spandex. Spanx.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah, I think I read a story about her. She's come up with a bunch of money now. She's a big corporate CEO. She runs the company, and she is one of the people that they laud and have speaking at a lot of events around the country because she has risen from nowhere to the position that she's in. I think aren't there 2 women in that? There were partners in that, if I remember right.
I think there is 2 women, but the rest are gentlemen.
I could remember. All right. I'm sorry. It's your show.
And now I believe it is time for the weather, if I am correct.
You are correct.
Awesome. So here on 96.1 WHNN, we have 2 days, 2 nights, tomorrow's, Friday's, and Saturday's weather. Today we're looking at cloudy snow showers changing into rain showers, which we did experience on the way over here this morning. And the high is mid-40s. Winds are looking at west winds 15 to 25 miles per hour with the occasional gusts over 40, so hang on to your vehicle steering wheels. Tonight we are looking at a partially clear overnight with a low of around 30. Tomorrow we are looking at cloudy with a high of mid-40s. Friday, mainly sunny, finally, with a high of lower 50s. And then Saturday, a mix of sun and clouds with a high of lower 50s.
And the weather is brought to you by Garfield Landscaping, who wants your blue spruce trees to look not so blue from disease or weather. For all your tree and shrub care, call Garfield Landscaping today, online at garfieldlandscaping.com. And it's brought to you by.
That's Garfield, Garpiel, landscaping.com. 7:50 on the morning show. Blondie, these guys are getting too good, and you know this corporation, they'll work for less than us.
Okay.
We're probably not going to be around.
Have at it.
They keep at it here. It's 7:50 on the morning. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Give the time check.
It's 7:50 on this lovely Wednesday morning, even though it's like we're experiencing some snow and slight hail, so it's not all good in the morning. So
on
WHNN 96.1.
96.1 WHNN. We were working off the air here because of the kids from Ovid-Elsie. I'm sorry, the young gentleman and young lady from Ovid-Elsie from the Polka Palace radio station that they run at the high school there, WOES. We were trying to find an Earth Day polka, guys. No luck. The closest we came was a Happy Birthday polka. You could change the words to, I guess. So
we're going to mix it up a little bit.
So you guys, this is really cool. We have with us, for those of you who are just joining us, Grace Sampson and Duncan Ackles from WOES 91.3 FM, Michigan's highest powered high school radio station. The program director is preparing applications for them to apply for our positions.
We're trying to sneak our way in here.
And Jeremy Whiting's also with us, a broadcast instructor and journalism advisor from the high school, Elsie High School there, and the digital media arts instructor, Clinton County Regional Educational Service Agency president, Michigan Interscholastic Press Association. He's a big overachiever is what he is. And does he run herd on you guys? Does he critique your shows for you, by the way? Does he actually go and what they call air check your show with you?
Usually not like for the on radio.
Right.
He also does like digital broadcasting, so OETV. So yeah, he critiques us, wants to make the shots better and all that, especially with lighting and stuff, but not usually on radio.
We're very open to his critiques. He knows what he's doing. We're learning, so it's just kind of the way it works.
So do you have, this is a fun thing to do in high school, but do you have any plans to pursue this further beyond this?
I definitely wouldn't mind it. I know at MSU they have a radio station. I actually know one of them, the seniors from a few years ago, is actually working at the MSU radio station right now. Made a job of it, so
yeah.
I wouldn't mind that as an occupation. I do enjoy radio.
How about you, Grace?
Radio is definitely a love of mine, and I would love to be like you and Blondie here, working of any sort here or at any radio station. And also, I think it'd be really cool to be on TV. I'm definitely fashion oriented, so I would love to be like an anchor on E-News.
Right.
I'm sure both of you know of that very well.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be really, really fun to work there.
I think what is going to be opening up on the internet for people in your generation is going to be huge. They're going to be looking for more and more people. And this is what, when people ask me about this all the time, the question on young people's minds is terrestrial radio going away? And my answer to that is no, I don't think anytime soon. But the fact of the matter is the jobs in terrestrial radio are shrinking because they've found ways to get around having somebody in the studio 24/7 with computers and voice tracking and syndication and some of these national corporations trying to cut down as much as they can on what they pay out at each individual radio station have found ways around that. So there are less and less jobs in terrestrial radio. That said, there are going to be more and more because there's always a place for people who can present a message and sell a product. There will always be. And because the internet is so huge and so vast and trying to get attention, because it's so hard to get people's attention on the internet, they're going to be looking, as time goes on, more and more for people like you that can get attention, can gather people, make them listen to their message. So, I think there's going to be a lot for you guys. And it won't be just radio. It'll be radio with pictures, really, which is television, in a sense, because the internet can do that for you. So you can do a little bit of both. You can do the radio side, but you could be throwing stuff up there on the screen for people to look at. So it's going to be, I think, a boon for people who want to be personalities. To moving forward in time, I think you're going to get a lot more work out there. So good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
You guys, thank you for spending time with us. And Jeremy, I want to say one final thing with you, if you don't mind. Come on over, share the mic with all of you.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you. How long have you been doing this over there?
Well, this is my 4th year. The station's been going on much longer than I have, so, decades.
What is your background, by the way?
Sure. Well, I went to MSU. So I was at MSU for 10 years, and I worked at the radio station there, and was program director and general manager. And through that, I've learned that I love teaching other people.
Blondie, he was the program director. He can do your air check today.
What?
He can air check your Queen Bee in the Hive show on the Network Nation.
Okay.
9 till noon today. We'll have Jeremy air check you. How's that sound? Mm-hmm. Get a little different take on your presentation. Because you're sick of listening to me and everybody else around here. So we'll get somebody else new to fresh ears.
There you go.
Anyway, thank you all. Grace Sampson, Duncan Ackles, Jeremy Whiting, the Ovid-Elsie school that allowed you guys to come out here today and take away. Thank you so much for being a part of the show.
Thank you so much for having us. What a great opportunity. And thanks for supporting our students.
It's fine. National High School Radio Day.
Yes, thank you so much. It's been a blast and definitely a very welcoming crowd.
All right.
Yeah, I really do appreciate coming here. It's nice to get away from the polka, every once in a while. I do enjoy it, but so thank you for having us out.
I got to do this. My guilty pleasure is polkas. I happen to like them too.
Yeah, polka is pretty good.
All right, thank you very much. It's 8:04 here on the morning show right now. Coming up on the other side, we have tickets to see a Loons game for you. Mud's in the house. We'll find out how things are going. Unfortunately, yesterday, not that well, but we'll find out what overall the team is doing wonderfully. We'll talk with Mud about that coming up next year on The Morning Thing. Don't go anywhere.